Good evening, folks. Welcome to Songs for Sunday. Just a little scatter of songs. A few of them are about shopping, if you want a theme. And this first one is about shopping for a rabbit. Way back when the kids were young in the 80s, we had rabbits as pets. And there was a shop in Hexham, Rainbow Pets I think it was called. They had an advert outside and it said, "A free rabbit with every hutch." It got me thinking on the subject of package deals, so this is part of the package. One morning in May, as I do recall, I was walking down by the mega shopping mall. I overheard a young damsel converse with her swain. He cried, "Sweetest Tracy," she said, "darling Wayne." Wayne said, "Come away, Tracy, now and be my wife. I want you as my woman, want you in my life." She said, "I can't come with you, darling, unless I bring me man, me gerbils, me pot plants, and me old Uncle Stan, because that's part of the package. Every single thing that you ever want is tied up with strings. Well, it's part of the package and the deal is such. The rabbit comes free, then they make you buy the hutch. Well, I thought about the poor, how little they earn. Wrote for a manifesto to express my concern. I signed up to the party, but was told I should agree with everything from clause 4 up to clause 483. Were the gender rights and porpoises any concern of mine? But it's a 3-line whip, toe the party line. Well, it's all or nothing, you can't select. Political, you've got to be correct, because it's part of the package. Every single thing that you ever wrote for is tied up with strings. Well, it's part of the package and the deal is such. The rabbit comes free, then they make you buy the hutch. I went into a church, I knelt down to pray. In walked a brother from the USA, said you've no right to be here at all unless you believe in the literal interpretation of Adam and Eve. And you must believe that Jesus, who is God's Son, died for your right to carry a gun. Well, the apocalypse is coming, well, it's getting near. Armageddon, Armageddon, out of here. Because it's part of the package, every single thing that you ever believe in's tied up with strings. Well, it's part of the package, the deal is such. The rabbit comes free, and then make you buy the hutch. Right, yes, okay, next one. A bit, I'm going to say American bashing, it shouldn't be really as well, but it's a country and western song. And I don't write many country and western songs, but it's, when I first got a sat-nav in the car a few years ago, sat-navs are quite entertaining things, and I thought we could do with it a spiritual, dealing with a sat-nav. The problem is, I was informed later that in the States, they don't call them sat-navs, they call them GPSs. However, this has got a sat-nav set for heaven. And I really need sort of a country and western twang to it, really. The body is like an automobile, life is like a road. Got to stay alert, to stay alive. Set your mind on where you're going. There is no means of knowing just how many miles you'll get to drive. Now I know my destination, it's a city called Salvation. I'm not there yet, it's still way up ahead. One thing I have been given, a companion for the road. No longer driving blind, I find instead. Got a sat-nav set to heaven on the dashboard of my soul. A radio that plays the gospel story. It's grace, not gasoline, that rolling up that freeway into glory. Into glory. God gave me a little angel. He put her in a box so that I can always keep her near. Above the sounds of traffic and the tumult all around, a gentle voice speaks out right in my ear. Sometimes I may choose the wrong direction for a while, or even slip the gear shift to reverse. She says, boy, you're upward bound, now's the time to turn around, and backs it with a good old Bible verse. Got a sat-nav set for heaven on the dashboard of my soul, and a radio that plays the gospel story. It's grace, not gasoline, that powers this machine as I'm rolling up that freeway into glory. Into glory. Now my bodywork is rusted, some of my springs is busted, my upholstery is quite threadbare, but I'm living for the day I hear her sweet voice say, you have arrived, my friend, I know I'm there. Got a sat-nav set for heaven on the dashboard of my soul, radio that plays the gospel story. It's grace, not gasoline, that fuels this machine as I'm rolling up that freeway into glory. Into glory. Into glory. Sat-nav. Right, stay on the subject of cars. This is one that oh no, where's my words? Where's my words? This is one I wrote for a friend a few years ago, after he'd loaned me his car. It was the first time, oh dear, where has it gone? Here it is. First time I'd driven a turbo, and I was impressed. Everyone has turbos now. I've had 2 or 3, but this is the first time I drove a turbo. It didn't have shift. So it's called Kevin, so Kevin's got a turbo. It's fairly dated, 1992. You can tell from the car names in it. He started off driving a Metro, soon wanted something so much better. Oh, tried a Nova, then an Astra. That was a complete disaster. Still had a problem he couldn't solve. Oh, would he invest in a Volvo? But to travel fast and to travel far, he needed 5 little letters on the back of his car. Kevin's got a turbo. Kevin's got a turbo. Kevin's got a turbo now. He says it gets him from A to B, but all the neighbours get to see he's a supercharged personality. Kevin's got a turbo now. Got more force to his horseless carriage. Man, machine, the perfect marriage. Shangri-La, it is a garage. Kevin's got a turbo now. Oh, Kevin's got a turbo. Kevin's got a turbo. Kevin's got a turbo now. Well, now he knows the way it feels to burn the rubber off his wheels. Passing by, the girls all squeal. Woo! Kevin's got a turbo now. Quadraphonic speakers on his stereo, and in-car fridge keeps his drinks cold. Fluffy dice plated with real gold. Kevin's got a turbo now. Oh, Kevin's got a turbo. Kevin's got a turbo. Kevin's got a turbo now. superbo, just like Kevin in his turbo, but sometimes he must be perturbed, oh his conscience, it must be disturbed, oh never mind, he feels superb, oh when he's driving in his turbo. Kevin's got a turbo, Kevin's got a turbo, Kevin's got a turbo now. Oh, got walnut veneer on the dash, an in-flight computer with lights that flash, a hands-off phone for the motorway, deep pile carpet lining in the ashtray, got central locking, a tinted screen, a catalytic converter to keep it green, got electric windows when they roll down you can call. Excuse me, my man, is this the way to the hall? Oh, Kevin's got a turbo, Kevin's got a turbo, Kevin's got a turbo, Kevin's got a turbo now. Right, okay, right, this is another one out shopping, but it's again a specific type of shopping for fish and chips. I won't tell you where this fish and chip shop was, it would be cruel, because it's been vastly improved recently. But I will have a theory about qualities of fish and chip shops varying across the country. You could always draw a map with like contour lines, but joining places of equal quality of fish and chips. It would be quite interesting. I think there's a deep, deep depression near Barnsley, because late one night I got the worst fish and chips I'd ever had from a small fish and chip shop there, and they were quite memorably awful. Anyway, this is a song called The Worst Fish and Chip Shop in the Land. Once there was a haddock that frolicked in the sea. It was lithe and slim and silver as haddocks ought to be. It filled its days with all those things that fill a haddock's day. But all that sadly ended when a trawler came that way. And trapped within a net, it ended earthly life. But there was worse to come, worse than the fisherman's knife. Packed into a crate and transported on demand to the worst fish and chip shop in the land. Of potatoes, they slept beneath the ground. They grew up as potatoes should, so big and white and round. There they lay and slumbered beneath the friendly soil, till those vegetables became the fruit of a farmer's honest toil. But they were never loved nor cherished, nor on a silver platter served. The fate that lay in wait for them no potato could deserve. You could say their chips were down, they were dealt a fatal hand by the worst fish and chip shop in the land. It stood there at the centre of a northern market town, the Jolly Friars Place, run by Sid and Agnes Brown. For 57 years this had been their occupation. In 57 years it gained a dire reputation. For 57 years she said how things should be. For 57 years an unchanged recipe. In the pancit till they're rancid, that was her command. It was the worst fish and chip shop in the land. Somewhere in a cellar, hidden deep beneath the shop, you could hear a machine grinding on, never seemed to stop, as black and rusted blades swung round with squeakings and with clunks, to dismembered dead potatoes into small and cuboid chunks. Then there was the grease, Sid bought it cheap, it came XWD, recycled from the axles of lorries in 1943. I told him the additives, these lyrics would get banned. It was the worst fish and chip shop in the land. But they had one clever trick to bring the customers along. An aerosol of fresh frying smell imported from Hong Kong attracted hungry people like moths drawn to a flame. Wedged in the queue, they soon regretted that they ever came. As Axe and Sid shuffle round in perpetual slow motion, were they waiting for the trawlers returning from the ocean, or the potatoes slowly grow? Time trickles by like sand inside the worst fish and chip shop in the land. Through the greasy smoke, a notice board provides some reading matter. You can work out mortgage repayments on your sausage dumpling batter. But the most disturbing entries at the bottom of the list. It's intriguing to imagine what they're selling as cat bits. Then your turn comes at last, you are presented with your prize, the corpse of a haddock and what some term French fries. You stumble through the door as you clutch them in your hand. It is the worst fish and chip shop in the land. Outside the door you go down, the air that is so sweet, and the grease runs down to form little puddles round your feet. Realization slowly dawns, you know that what you bought would give Gomrone apoplexy of the gastric sort. You'll see it rises within you as you take the very first bite. It leaves a leaden aftertaste that lasts a whole fortnight. You lean against a lamppost, your legs are weak, you cannot stand. It is the worst fish and chip shop in the land. And as your head swims round a vision, slowly dawns within your mind of the world where fish and chip shops have all been left behind. Of a world where fish are left in peace to frolic in the seas, where potatoes undisturbed may flourish at their ease. You gaze down at your purchase, you gaze down and you sigh, you toss it in the gutter where a dog eats it and dies. At last the truth is clear to you, you finally understand why it is the worst fish and chip shop. Possibly the worst fish and chip shop. It is the worst fish and chip shop in the land. Right. One more shopping song. Just one more. Then I'll finish with a couple of there's the words for this one. I've got tangled up here. Here it is. Yeah, this is I don't think it needs introducing if you know my songs. Shopping at IKEA. Shopping at IKEA. Shopping at IKEA. Such a good idea. There is a branch quite near that has park in the rear with a welcoming cheer, fully furnished interior, and it's so Swedish, Swedish, sweet, 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 sweet dish. IKEA, shopping at IKEA, shopping at IKEA. It's really not that dear. I bought a Poe and a Kramfors, an Ektorp, and a Lerberg, and a Boyder, and a Reichstar, a Tupler, and Villeneuve, a Jock Muck and a Lex Vic, a Gung Holt and a Nord Myra, a sideboard called Bobby, and even a chair named Jeff, 'cause they're so Swedish, Swedish, sweet, 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 Swedish. Mysterious words, oh, so exotic, linguistically erotic, at a price to fit your pocket. My, handy, scandy, maybe in technology. One day they may all be archaeology. Until then, we offer no apology. Bye, bye, bye. We all go shopping at IKEA. Shopping at IKEA. Shopping at IKEA. It's all becoming clear. If you need a panacea for life is dull and drear, you can add a bright veneer if you spend your money here. 'Cause it's so Swedish, Swedish, sweet, 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 Swedish. All those little pencils, all those little pencils, all those little pencils. Shopping at IKEA. Right, a couple of straighter ones to finish with. This was one I was going to sing you. I quite like going back through my old files and finding songs I wrote a while ago and abandoned, and wonder whether I can revivify them. And this one I discovered, I wrote it in 2009, and I quite like the words. And I've been trying tunes today, but I've been trying 2 tunes. And if I sing you it here and now, I'm bound to get them mixed up and it'll all go horribly wrong. But I'll read you the words anyway. It's called The Pillars of the Sky. Beyond the far horizon lie the pillars that hold up the sky. No human eye has ever seen, save in visions and in dreams. Immense and distant, tall and strange, behind the final mountain range. Too much for any mind to know, no chart or atlas ever can show. The morning sun, so brave and bold, awakes the dawn, brings warm to cold, then through the heavens he makes his climb, driving out dark and marking time. The gentle moon behind him rides, she soars the sky to draw the tides, the greater and the lesser light, brother and sister, day and night. How can I dare to speak of love, who live below yet reach above? Yet in this small space I can find the heart can hold more than the mind, but holding cannot comprehend the length, the breadth, the final end. The sea to which this river flows I can embrace, I can never enclose. Needs a tune. Hopefully in the next week or two we may get one. One to finish with. Today in church is the Feast of Christ the King, which is what we've been doing in our Zoom service this morning. This is a song really about that. It's saying that Jesus came as the sort of king we absolutely weren't expecting. It's a real Easter song. It's called Coronation Day. Brothers, we were not your kin. We called you master, but you called us friends. You knew us well, for well you knew all humankind. You knew that we would leave you in the end. Time has come wolves are here, your time has all slipped by. The frightened sheep are scattered, the shepherd taken to be hung high. And did the wine return to water in the end? Was in the darkness overcome the light? When was the king led to the slaughter like a lamb on an afternoon of shadows black as night? And now on Coronation Day, twisted thoughts, they are your only crown. Yours the crimson Auber Royal road, in your own lifeblood slowly trickling down. And do the wood and the nails provide a high and a lonely throne, arms outstretched wide to embrace this world that leaves you in the darkness to die alone? It is finished, grief, the bitter pain. It is all finished now, sacrifice complete. It is all finished forever from this day, the last of all your enemies.